yes, started. Incredible. This is Journey Through Miro. It's a wonderful world full of wonderful creatures, mysterious creatures, and other things. There are 6 continents to this world. We have Karobi, Xanthan, Nilith, Glenfill, Sione, and Set. And they have existed throughout the centuries in a relatively mutual peace. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Simple enough. However, very lately, there's been a circulation of tragedies throughout the countries, continents, cities, towns, and they all seem to point towards one very old, malicious force whose name has been far forgotten. But out of all this entire world, our journey today starts in the lovely continent of Glenfill. It's very lavish, lush, and sometimes luminescent. It's home to creatures from all walks of life, death, and the undecided. The peaceful land, and the leaders of this land pride themselves on that fact. And in between the forests of this land, settled cozily, lazily, is a small town called Retcher. This town thrives on its farmland. It doesn't really go anywhere, doesn't sell anything. They provide for themselves and themselves only. But lately, some tourists have been coming around because of some odd happenings that have happened in this otherwise unimpressive hamlet. And all these happenings tend to be some quite bad luck for anyone who steps foot in this town. And let's take a look at it.
I sent you my backstory.
Thank you.
It's short and sweet. Just like my character, except for the sweet part.
Can you see the town?
We can.
Now we can.
Now this town, the buildings are slouched over from age and basically just the overall feelings of helplessness and frustration that the townspeople have. The neglected brick walls on these buildings are overgrown with barriers of creeping vines, some with berries on them, so they're not entirely useless. The roofs of the homes look caved in to the point of almost breaking through, but what little luck lies in this town is keeping those roofs up. No one visits this town for the good luck. They want to see what horrible things could happen to them if they stay the night. The morbid curiosity of the what if. The townsfolk will always say that the worst of the bad luck is the amount of people drawn in by the promise of potential danger, because tourists are the worst luck of all. And that'll lead us to the 3 newest visitors of this town. Y'all can put your characters anywhere on the map. They don't necessarily have to meet right now. You can start with Jeremiah's since he has a character token. Can you tell us about who this new visitor is?
Yes. In walks Balgroth the Dark, someone who is plagued not only by sorrow, but by rage and vengeance. He was a half-orc. Well, he is a half-orc, but among the people who he once knew, he was called the half-orc prince of the town of Malagroth. He was once a man living in a good amount of posh royalty and living amongst those whom he loved. He still lived with his mother and father, but was engaged to his wife and had a baby on the way. And things were happy. Until one day, one of the towns that they were seeking an alliance with ended up breaking through the town doors, the town barriers, and wiping out everyone, including his father, his mother, and his expecting wife. As Balgroth laid upon the rubble of all of those whom he once knew and loved, he swore vengeance on the neighboring town, and thus he began trying to terrorize the town in rage. But unfortunately, he was captured and jailed. Even he used his diplomatic immunity as a prince to keep him from being executed, but he was given life in prison. But one day, the god of vengeance, through the means of one of his priests, ended up buying out his fines and set him free. In exchange, he would serve as a paladin for the god of vengeance, and he would train him in the god's ways so that he might find those who wronged him so long ago. And that search and that journey has brought him here.
The wretched come to wretcher. That is the saying. Who's next?
Oh, you want to know about Yip Yap No Tail?
Okay. I prepared myself for this, but I wasn't as prepared as I thought.
Expect the unexpected.
All right. Well, you're coming in by the farmland. So why doesn't little Yip Yap tell us about himself? Preferably in a maybe internal monologue voice.
In a narrator voice.
Oh my god!
Yip Yap was a wee little spawnling on a far isle in a cave, bequeathed to a red dragon. His tribe was noble and proud and feared by a neighboring goblin tribe. That was until one day when an adventure party came by. For as peaceful as the village had been, aside from attacking goblins, of course, they were slaughtered like animals. Yip Yap's father and mother and brother and sister, another brother, another sister, another brother. He had a lot of brothers and sisters. But they were all slaughtered. And the dragon, well, Yip Yap wasn't conscious long enough to see what happened to the dragon. But when he woke, he knew one thing he truly lost: his tail. And so he vowed that he would hunt down and kill those adventurers. So he became a rogue.
Ah, yes. The tragic backstory of the rogue.
I can see it now. Let me at him! Let me at him! I'll
This is
slice
great.
your ribbons!
Oscar awarding. I don't know. Grammy. All of the awards. And
Such a tiny man. He lived among lovely people, and now they're all dead.
And that brings us to Dale, whose character is not yet in the town, but that's all right. He'll get there eventually.
Yes,
they always do.
He'll get there precisely when he means to.
People always end up in this town anyway, whether they want to go there or not. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thrill seekers, all of them.
I wouldn't call them thrill seekers.
Thrill, vengeance, what's the difference?
They all go to the same place, right?
They all end up
The grave.
right here in the town of Retcher.
Oh my.
For one reason or another, you know?
Facts.
Yeah. Oh. All right. So, Isaiah Yeager is a student of wizardry. I think it's not even shown up there yet. Anyway, a student of wizardry. He grew up to a fairly closed-off clan, but he decided to take his time to study the arcane arts. Unfortunately, at his school, there was a small spat with another school, and they were completely wiped out before the final exam of his first year. So since then, he has been pursuing private study and has determined to make a great wizard of himself, and doing so to help the world through the power involved in the arcane. And that is what brings him here today in his search.
Lovely. So why don't we take a nice little arcane eye to this town, don't we? It's a small town. It's got some houses. You know, people got to sleep somewhere, unfortunately. It's got a town hall, a tavern, like all good villages do. Even if there isn't enough housing, you know, there's a tavern. It's got an inn. They can sleep there. It's got a blacksmith. It's got an infirmary. And of course, it has our nice little farmland up there. Where would our adventurers like to go first?
Well, let's see. Balgrog is thinking that the best information would probably be at the tavern.
All right. Anyone else want to go to the tavern?
Yeah, I'd love to go to the tavern.
Sure.
All right. Nice consensus. Love to see it.
Where's the
So are we
tavern?
traveling together? Do we know each other?
Probably not.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll meet at a tavern.
Yep.
Yep.
While walking through the town, everything meets together. There are just three structures: the town hall, the tavern, and a very lovely ivory fountain that is the cleanest thing in this entire village. The water is sparkling, it looks almost anime esque. The stone is freshly polished from this morning. The tavern and the town hall look awful. Maybe the inside's a little bit better.
Very
The
nice.
tavern
bad.
is
Oh, I just found the perfect character picture, by the way. I love it.
nice. The tavern is bustling. People are talking, laughing. Someone is singing by the fireplace, although it is a very solemn song. There is a quaint tabaxi bartender currently filling up someone's drink. Some orcs are gathered around a table, one looking very solemn while the others have a nice conversation. There is a tiefling sat by themselves, a minotaur sat by themselves, a very old female goblin sitting across from a younger looking hobgoblin who looks very uncomfortable, and a young dwarf sitting next to two bird people. Come in, fill a seat, get a drink, get some food. Oh, and there's also an elf in the corner by herself.
Who looks the most wealthy?
That's for you to decide. Would you like to make a perception? First roll of the game?
No. Wait, two of my stats didn't load right at all. Wait, oh no, never mind. This website codes. Okay.
He can't see crap.
No. Yeah, you walk
Oh.
in. I'm sorry, Yip Yap. You walk right into a wall. It's all right.
And everybody looks, but they don't see him because he's so small.
Everyone hears a thump and they're like, huh? And then they go back to their drinks and revelry.
Oh, my
Would anyone else
star.
like to take a look around, see if anyone looks particularly welcoming?
Need some stand-in picture. That's just not okay.
I'll go over.
What are you talking about? That's a perfect stand-in picture.
Right.
God.
Okay, let me try.
I may need to adjust my token later, but I'll stick with this for now.
All right.
All right. So I will. Let's see. We've come in separately. I assume I'm probably in the area on travels as I study. I would like to. I have a. So I walk in, and I guess I am a not short but not tall man with dark black hair and a little bit of facial hair, dressed fairly nicely with a staff in my hand, and there's actually a crow on my shoulder. And I would like to walk to the actual bar.
All right. A wonderful place to start at a tavern.
Yes. I would like to order a drink.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm not the best at character voices, so you must forgive me when it eventually has to happen.
Bartender, may I trouble you for a drink, please?
Yes, sir. What would I like to get for you, sir?
Do you have anything strong? Perhaps some whiskey, brandy?
Oh, of course,
Stronger.
but it'll cost you. Everything here costs you.
Give me the finest that you have.
All right, that'll be 10 gold, sir. 10 gold. The
10
entire
gold.
time you're talking with this man, he has a very pained smile on his face. And if you just look right over the counter, you'll see a rat clamped down on his tail.
Huh.
So Isaiah thinks for a moment, wondering how this could possibly be 10 days' wages worth of drink, but he is too prideful to turn it down, so he slides the gold across the table.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This will ease the pain. And he grabs the gold and goes to pour you a drink.
Let's see. Can Balrog, as he walks in, because he's just that tall, he's 7'7", can he see this happening?
The pain tabaxi?
Yes.
Sure. I mean, he's talking about as loud as anyone else in the bar. That reminds me, by the way, I would like each of you. This is not the right page. I believe it's a D10, though. Can all of you roll me just a base D10, please?
And that's just
Slash RD10.
Flash RD10.
Yep.
Ooh.
All
Oh,
right.
no.
One. Gotta make a little note. 1, 4, 5. All right.
That's not what I was hoping for.
One.
Nice. I have the best luck here.
All right. So,
For
what do you
stats.
want to do to the tabaxi?
To the tabaxi?
I don't know. Say to him.
Me? Thank him. It's a him, right?
Yeah. It is a him. Yes, it is.
I thank him for the drink and I say, my good man, you wouldn't happen to know of any magic men in the area, mages, wizards, warlocks, sorcerers, hags, and the like.
Oh, you want to talk magic, do you? You want to talk magic, do you? Oh, well, apparently I don't know much about that. I apologize, sir. I got to get to another customer now.
Apparently? What do you mean apparently?
He's already gone.
My
Very busy
crow
bar.
dips its beak briefly into my shot glass. Stop that. It's not for you. And I sip it refinedly.
Nice.
Refinedly.
Balrog lowers his head as he enters into the tavern and walks right up to the bar, taps on the bar, and requests an ale stout.
Now, you last saw the bartender heading out, maybe like towards the corner of the bar. When you tap on the bar, he just pops up again over the counter. What can I get you?
That was quick.
I pride myself on being quite quick, sir. Quite quick.
Uh-huh. I request an ale stout, please.
I'm sorry, I'm a tad deaf in my left ear. Could you repeat that?
An ale stout.
Ah, yes, that's what I thought you said. Cool. That'll be 5 gold. 5 gold. You'll notice that the rat is now gone. It's in the corner chewing on a gold piece.
He looks at the rat, rolls his eyes, and then passes the gold pieces over.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll get that right to you. And as he's passing by, he gives his drink.
Izzy.
Is he now?
Little Yip Yap. You doing anything over there, buddy, or you knocked out?
Just straightening my nose, trying to make sure it looks all right. Trying to upload an image.
All right, that's fair. While you do that, we can get this little party started. So those D10s, they had a reason for being. Dale,
Yes.
while you sip your, I forget what you ordered, a whiskey, I believe. While you sip your whiskey, you are overcome with just sadness. Just
yes.
this feeling that you are never going to accomplish your goals. You are just going to sulk in this tavern for the rest of your days. You're going to crawl into a whiskey bottle and die there. That is what you're feeling right now.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Hashtag depression.
Another!
Yip's just gonna sit down and drink from his flat.
That brings me to you, Yip Yap. You are overcome with just the first thing that pops into your head when you walk into this bar. You hit your head, and then you get this idea, you get this thought.
Yeah.
You are the smallest creature here, even smaller than the dwarf. No one is looking at you. No one wants to look at you. In your head, you're thinking, they find you disgusting. They find you repulsive. You are just a little tiny lizard worth nothing. And that brings us to Balgroth. I think I said that right. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
All right. You are just suddenly very aware of all the noises in this tavern. You can hear every conversation. You can hear the music playing from upstairs, downstairs, outside. You can hear conversations coming from outside. You can hear people tapping the table, drinking, eating.
A crying
You hear
kobold.
everything. The kobold, you hear the rat gnawing on the gold piece. All of these noises, just a constant ring in your head. You're also very aware of how hot you are in this bar, how uncomfortable a seat is, how gross your drink is, how dirty the glass is. You are aware of everything.
Good God, I thought my procession was good, but not this good.
All
So
right.
my effect is to be desiring to drown myself in drink till I leave, but I won't leave until I drown myself in drink. Quite fitting.
Maybe this will work.
I can
Is
see
there
all and hear
anyone?
all.
Is there anyone in this lovely group of colorful people you would like to speak with?
I look to my right, and I believe I see a half-orc paladin sitting there.
Yeah, literally towering over everyone else.
Yes. I say, my good man, what brings you to these dismal parts? As I sip my now empty shot glass.
He slightly winces as he hears his voice as it basically drowns out almost everything else, but he can still be overwhelmed by the noise of everything else. I'm searching for someone. I'm searching for a group of, well, former friends. And what of
Hmm.
you, my let's just say slightly more melancholy friend?
Ah, I was here in search of knowledge and adventure and productivity. But alas, my quest may simply come to an end. Friends, though, oh, but to have them.
Mm.
You just hear a little kobold crying in the corner.
Oh,
Where is little Cobalt on the map? I don't see him.
he's the anonymous one.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't see him. He's that small.
Yeah, the
Yes.
anonymous.
And Balroth can hear him in the back, and it seems that somebody else is feeling that same despair.
My
It,
God, what
it,
is that pathetic creature over there? It's shockingly small, even for a kobold.
I'm actually above average height for a kobold.
It's so small, even though it's above average health for a kobold.
The weight slouches over with insecurity. It's so
It's-
tiny.
It's a miracle.
Oh.
I sort of shamble over to him. And what ails you, little friend?
Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me.
Speak up, little one. I can't hear you from up here. Fully knowing that he can hear literally everything. He just wants to tick off the guy.
Everybody hates Yip Yap. Oh. Just continue.
Well, my dear Yip Yap, it seems both of you and him have found kindred friends.
Oh.
And what brings you here, Mr. Yip Yap?
Oh, my last name No Tail.
Mr. No Tail.
I you know, travels.
What?
Travels.
Troubles. What sort of
No,
trouble?
with a V. A V, not a B. Travels.
Oh, travels.
Uh-huh.
If only you came with subtitles.
Oh.
Perhaps I ought cast the tongue spell at some point. But in any case,
Tongues.
if only I knew it. Alas, my school is no more, and my studies are not going as I'd hoped. Oh, they said I was arrogant, and I didn't believe them. But it seems that they were right. Oh, my father was right in all the wrong ways.
Please, you two, your wailing and bickering is grating on my ears.
You like
I
some
know,
alcohol?
I know, no, and you, especially you, small one.
Oh.
I tower above you, and yet your mere screeching is grating onto my eardrums. Now, please, both of you both have a life to live. And
No.
yours, my friend, is not at the end of that glass, and yours is certainly not here, especially when I can hear you.
You're quite right. It's not at the end of this glass. It's at the end of many glasses beyond this.
That's not what I meant.
I'm sorry that our melancholy bothers you. We cannot all have perfect lives.
Perfect lives. Perfect live! Everyone who I know and love is dead. I have been in jail for 20 years for seeking revenge for my family. And now I am stuck here, listening to literally every single sad sob story in this darn place.
My
Well,
family
why
died
don't you
too.
leave? At least there's no one to be disappointed in your failures.
That might be the case.
Oh, I spoke harshly. I'm sorry. It's. I need another.
Do you have a brother and a sister and a sister and a brother and a brother and a sister and a brother? I have a big family, but they're all dead now.
So you don't have any family.
You
So
had
you don't have any of them either.
Oh. Want to be friends?
Balroth starts to walk out of the.
Oh, no friends for Yip Yip.
So at this point, the Minotaur is going to start laughing very boisterously, as Minotaurs do, and he's going to slam his tankard down and look over at Bogroth as he's walking away. It seems the town has caught up to you, hasn't it? Excuse me. It seems my turn of bad luck today is hurtful laughter. I feel very bad for you, though, and you too, as well, my friends. This isn't the best town to be in, especially when you get struck with the sad part of the curse.
I'm sorry, curse.
Who said that?
I think
Me?
both of us did. I think pretty much all of us did at the same time.
Not me.
But nobody can hear you. Well, except me.
No, it's just the Internet Explorer meme. It's like a minute later. Curse?
Yes, the curse of Retcher. And then the gnome, like, across the tavern is going to look over at the Minotaur with just, like, death, like, just daggers and leave. So let me just go ahead and...
Do I see that? Does he pass by me?
Yeah, he passes by. I just kind of deleted him, but he does pass by.
Did he get an attack of
There's a curse here.
He casts teleport. No. The Minotaur is going to just roll his eyes. No one likes to believe it, but it's true. It's very true. As true as this ring on my nose. I built it myself, after all. But alas, my string of bad luck doesn't end with the laughter this morning, my friends. Everyone comes to the tavern every once in a while to lament their woes or laugh at the other people lamenting their woes. But what brings you three to this horrible, lovely town?
Bloodlust.
Bloodlust? What?
You are quite funny, little friend. The Minotaur's gonna pick the kobold up by the scruff of his neck and hold it in the air.
My two daggers.
Anything like you.
My two daggers drop out of their sheaths onto the ground.
You look like you could stare down a cat and die. I'm sorry about that, my friend. That Tabaxi isn't very nice. I wouldn't go talk to him.
Well,
and then he's going to drop the kobold.
How do we remove this curse?
Oh, you can't. The curse has been here as long as there's been foundation to that damned town hall, and the first mayor was elected.
Then why don't we just take down the town hall?
Oh, we've tried that before. It was not that easy, unfortunately.
Well,
Isn't that right?
Have elections.
Isn't that right? He's gonna start like
people can make good decisions. No, this sort of thought leads to curses.
He's gonna start slamming the table while saying, "Isn't that right?" He's gonna look directly at this orc right here, who's been the one sitting solemnly at this other table of orcs. Isn't that right, Mr. Mayor? There's nothing that can be done, and it's all your fault.
What did he do?
He's part of government, isn't that enough?
What's government?
True enough, my friend, true enough.
So
Because
imagine
he
a
doesn't
job
do a
where they
thing
pay
about my
you
hammer.
to do a bad job. That would be an improvement.
Oh,
What?
like,
No.
oh, I had a job like that. Was I in government?
Perhaps, my good man, perhaps.
Oh,
As the Minotaur is berating this kind of brownish, grayish orc sitting here, the other orcs and the one hobgoblin sitting there with them is going to look over at him and just kind of glare. And one of them's going to stand up and say, "It's not his fault. It's never been his fault. It's people like you who talk about this curse, which isn't even real. It's just bad luck. That's all it is." And the
Bad
tiefling is
luck.
going to stand up from her chair over here, and she's going to say, "Is it bad luck then? That killed all my cows in one day? That's bad luck? It's a curse."
Well, if we can get done talking about this whole rigmarole of it sucks to be me, maybe we could actually deal with this problem.
Yes. Let's go to this mayor, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor,
The mayor's,
what do you know about this curse?
"Oh, don't talk to me. Please, I don't know every new person that comes in this darn town. I don't know what the curse is. I don't care to know what the curse is. You'll have to ask my grandfather."
where is he?
And
In the cemetery with
Oh,
everyone else.
oh, funeral?
No. Long
Oh,
past that, my tiny, scaly friend.
Dale, you
Long
should have been a
past that.
necromancer.
Right?
yes.
If you
Haven't you?
would like to visit this town, please, I implore, get the whole experience. Try and solve some of the bad luck today. That's what every new adventurer that comes in this town loves to try. They love to try to make things right, but it never matters.
At the word adventure,
Nothing matters.
at the word adventure, Yip Yap spits on the floor. There.
Don't spit on my shoes. I just got these repainted.
Yip Yap starts polishing the shoes.
Thank you. Thank you. Here's 10 gold. Thank you.
Balrog just continues to rub his temple, annoyed at literally everything.
Like you can hear every single gold coin
You can
chinking in
hear
the
like
bag.
every gulp. Um, but yes, I implore you. Maybe you'll even get a reward for it. I know so many people always want their bad luck to be solved. Everyone wants their problems just to go away, as if it's as easy as a snap of the fingers. I wish it was that easy. Oh, but I'm getting a headache now. I am going to retire. Please try. Please try. And he's gonna leave along with all these other goblins. And I'm just going to start deleting them.
It's a little bad luck. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Can we just see if we can solve this thing and get done with this? I'm tired of literally hearing all of you.
Yeah, those goblins were nasty. We know
All right,
liking
that leaves
goblins.
you with these four. Any problems you want to solve with these four?
So let me get this straight. Who are the four that are left?
No, there's more than four. I just miscounted for the second. But I mean,
Okay.
like, talk to
What-
people. Maybe you
What
can solve
creature
their
is
problems.
this?
That is a tiefling. They are
Oh,
dressed like a farmer.
So let's see. I'll go back to the Minotaur
All right.
because he was the one who was talking about the curse. And so I said, okay,
Back
where
to me, are you? Want to try and solve my problem?
if I had decided to solve all of your problems, I would kill you. But I don't
ooh.
think that's the time. I don't think I have the time for that.
Oh, I would hate that immensely, friend.
So, what seems to be the problem with you, and what do you think we need to do to get rid of this curse?
Oh, well, the curse. I don't know much about that. You'd have to ask a magic user. And I am simply a blacksmith. If you would like to help, however, there's nothing that can be done about this laugh. But some lovely children have stolen a very important hammer of mine, and I would like it back, please.
All right. Where are they?
Oh, I don't know. They like to play around the forest edge and tempt the already accursed bad luck this town brings.
I'd like to go up to this one.
All
What
right.
is this a cat lady or just a
Tiefling.
tiefling? I'm sorry, madam. You said that there were cows missing from your farm.
Yes, my dear cows. They were born just this spring and they've already somehow gotten out of my paddock. I need to get it fixed. But the blacksmith is always busy. They escaped and ran into the forest. I don't know where they are. I've never been a particularly good hunter, and I'm so scared that they're already dead. Those were the last cows I had, and now I have to go and buy more. But buying more would require leaving the town, and I hate leaving the town because it's always such a hassle of getting a cart, paying the horse, coming back with cows. That's impossible.
Balrog
Yes.
is slightly screaming, hearing this entire conversation.
Now, you wouldn't happen to know of anyone in this town that deals with magic, would you?
Well, I can, but not much, being a tiefling and all. But I don't really pride myself on that. I much like the farm life more and more. It's always so nice just getting up with the sun, tending to the animals. As for magic users, I don't know. You could try asking the nurse. I know she has some magic, but she tends to stick more to potions and salves and oils more than anything else.
Dear God, make it stop!
Is there anyone that would perhaps know anything about curses in general? Perhaps
The
a student of the arcane.
The bartender is gonna slam his paw on the counter. And a curse! Well, a curse is a curse is a curse is a curse, isn't that right? If you want to talk about curses, you have to get to the library.
You have a library.
Oh no, I don't have a library. The mayor has a library.
I look at them. Oh, he's not here anymore. The mayor has a library.
Yes. Yes, the mayor has a library.
I say, where is it?
It's in the town hall, which is locked right now. It's always locked. But I have some trouble too, if you would like to fix it for me. Well, it's not my trouble particularly, it's the trouble of some children I saw the other day. They were being chased by this monstrous creature.
What? And no one thought to, do anything?
Oh, the children can handle themselves. They're children, they're young, they don't got much to live for. Anyway, we don't have much fighters in this town. What do we look like to you? Soldiers? He's gonna clean a glass, but it's not getting any cleaner.
Balrog walks up and literally bends down and picks up our little friend and then looks towards Isaiah and says, "Okay."
Oh no, I've gone
So
to. I was gonna sneak, so you shouldn't be able to. I hadn't gotten to that yet, but I was gonna go sneak. You sneak.
Are you gonna steal from the bartender?
Are you really gonna steal from the bartender?
No, I was gonna sneak over here and listen in on the conversation that these two
do
are
it.
having.
Do it.
Oh, you want to know what these two are talking about?
Yes,
Oh,
but I
God.
want to do it stealthily.
All right,
All right, go ahead.
All right, you rolled stealth.
Dang!
So, all right. The female goblin, she looks very old, very near the end of her days. She's holding a cup, but her hands are shaking, and she's looking at this young hobgoblin, and she's like, "Oh, it's been so long since I've been on a date. I don't know what to say." And the hobgoblin's gonna just rub the back of his neck and be like, yeah, a date. Grandma. Do you want to hear the rest of the conversation?
I'm gonna start quietly whispering in Goblin, the language I have.
All right.
Whatever this world's version of "You Are My Sunshine" tune is.
All right. The grandma's. She's gonna she's still sitting, shaking her cup. Oh, what a lovely tune! A lovely song for a date. In a voice like an angel. And the hobgoblin's just gonna hold his head. Grandma.
And I whisk away.
So that was that conversation.
Oh my god. Oh,
I may have to dial
And-
back
and-
his alignment. I haven't been chaotic evil yet.
and Balrog is just sitting across the room trying to keep from crying after hearing all of this.
All right, even with the nat 20, you can probably hear him yip yap pitter patter.
He's just shaking his head. It's like, okay, so we need to kill the monster to get the kids, so we can get the cows from the forest, so we can give it to the cow lady, so we can get the kids, so I can get the kids to get the hammer for the minotaur, so that we can open the door to get to the library, to get to the mayor, to bring the curse.
While
No.
you're doing all of this, this young elf is going to walk up to you and place a hand on your shoulder, and you are suddenly going to just feel a wave of calmness. Everything quiets down. Your vision isn't blurry from the noise anymore. You can't smell everything anymore. You feel comfortable in your skin once again. Good sir,
I'll-
please calm down.
I crawl into the chair and I just pop up from it. I'm just like, you don't need a key to get in any place. I have tools.
2 questions.
Yes, sir.
What? And who are you?
I am the nurse of this town. I am the one who helps with the ailments as best as I can. But there's so many people I can help in a day, you know. But I felt awful. Because you must have been struck with overwhelmedness today, haven't you?
That's an understatement. It is literally like feeling overstimulated 24/7. It is torture. There were so many smells, so many conversations. Somebody's on a date with their grandmother.
You see me using
Yes.
It was
You see-
horrible.
This
You
is
see-
not a great town.
Yip Yap's using a pair of a set of thieves' tool as a toothpick.
So before things calm down, I heard we don't need a key to get into the library for the mayor. Is that
Oh,
possible?
please don't break into the town hall. The mayor is already so stressed with everything. I'm sure he would let you in if you actually do help some people. He's overwhelmed quite constantly, and that's because of nothing caused by this town. He really just doesn't want to be mayor, but he was forced into it. And no one else wants to be mayor, so nothing else can be done.
I crawl up onto your shoulder and whisper in your ear. He'd never notice. I wouldn't break the lock. Just pick it.
The elf is gonna like crouch down to the cobalt.
I'm on his shoulder.
All right. Well, she's going to
What?
look up at the cobalt and hold his chin gently. And you're also going to feel all the what were you struck with? Depression?
Yes.
No. You were struck
Basically.
with
Sadness.
insecurity.
Yeah.
You're going to feel all of that melt away.
Oh.
And even like the little bump on your head you got when you walked in, that's gonna disappear as well. Please
Teach
don't
me
break
your
into
ways,
this
magic
city.
woman.
Oh, it's just a simple healing spell. I don't know much more than that, unfortunately. I've been meaning to make some new potions, but I just don't have time to collect the ingredients. I suppose that is my curse for the day. Not enough time.
Nobody has enough time.
I agree.
So what are we waiting for?
With all this information about who needs what, what's going on, what would y'all like to do?
Well, I would like to say hello to this woman and just say, Madam, I heard you saying you were looking for ingredients for your potions.
I'm not looking for, I know where they are. I just don't have the time to go collect them.
And where are they again?
In the forest. Not far off the path, really. Just some berries, some leaves, simple things.
Could you compile a list?
I have a list. Adventurers come through here every day. I knew at least one or two would come through to do this for me.
Madam, I don't believe you've had the pleasure. My name is Isaiah Yeager, and what is yours?
My name is Yuka.
Yuka. Charmed. Now, how did you come to learn about the magic arts?
Oh, my father, he taught me.
And yet you've not been able to address the curse in this area?
That's far too powerful for me to even try. I mean, I've grown up with this curse. It's life for me.
Hmm.
Then it seems about time that we give you a new lease on life, then.
That would
It
be
was a win-
nice. So I suppose there could be something. The mayor has been mumbling to himself quite a lot. He's recently got a new shipment of books in, and he's been locked in his hall for days now. This was the first time he's come out in a week or so, and only to, well, sulk. It's quite sad. I remember when he was a young boy, full of life, and then his father made him mayor, and all that life drained from him.
How old are you?
Never ask a woman how old she is.
Oh,
Yeah, please control yourself.
You really took an interest in the mayor, did you not? You
Oh, we
seem
were
to know a lot
friends
about
growing
him.
up. We were friends growing up.
Hmm.
We lived right next door. His father didn't like me very much, but that doesn't matter now, I guess.
You like him, don't you?
Oh no, I have a wife.
Oh my.
I admire him, sure, but he's not for me.
Fitting. Well then, it seems that we have a job to do we not, friends? Or people I'm stuck with, which is pretty much another term for friend.
Hmm.
Well, please don't overwhelm yourself with tasks. You don't have to do everything. And the bartender's gonna speak up. But those children could be in danger, you know. You never know.
Yes. Well, I
Well,
suppose we'd best be off. And then as I'm sort of walking out, I say, unless you two have something for us as well.
The birds. It's an Aarakocra and
Yeah.
a Kenku, and they're gonna look over at you and just be like, "Rah!"
I
and
look
go
at
back
my
to their
crow and I
conversation.
say, did you catch that?
you think you're on a date too?
whatever they are, I don't want to know. I just want to get out of here as soon as possible.
All
Okay.
right. So you're all even?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm odd. I'm very odd.
So we're going to the forest, right?
Is
Well-
that the task you'd like to do? The ingredients?
Yeah, I believe so. Find the
Wait,
ingredients,
hold
possibly
on a
save the
moment. If we're
kids.
going to be the heroes for hire without pay in this town, why don't we start with the children that are running from some sort of monster?
Hero.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
As I say, this will give me a chance to test out this new spell I've been working on. Yes.
Oh, you do
And
magics?
It would do quite well to test on a mindless beast.
All
And
right.
I feel
Oh,
the
my
need
good
to drain
friend.
my blade.
I do quite a bit of magic.
Oh, my former master did magics.
All
Did?
right. So you are going to find the monster that's terrorizing the children?
Yep,
Yes.
All
we'll
right.
find him and kill him.
Now, luckily, this is quite easy to accomplish as there is a large track of footprints that appear to have been a struggle near the forest edge. Just a little bit of walking and looking around, you'll be able to see that no problem. Following the footsteps, however, will require a nature check.
Now I may be small, but these look pretty big.
Let's see, where's me
Are
character?
you the one leading, Isaiah?
Ah,
Because if
but
you're leading, I can take that 13 and just have you lead them through.
Yes. Yes, I think I will be.
I'm very bad at nature. I have a 6 intelligence.
Go ahead, roll it. I want to see what you'll get. Maybe it'll be better than Jeremiah.
Do it.
That would be a miracle. Did it go through?
Miracles do happen.
Bull! Absolute nonsense!
All right, Isaiah, you're gonna start leading this pack, but about halfway through, you're gonna take a wrong turn, and the little Yip Yap's gonna correct you in the right
Ah, yes,
direction.
precisely.
Using
No,
his
goodness.
keen sense of smell, he'll be able to track down these children and monster quite quickly. And
Smell of fear that way.
this little journey leads you three to the town cemetery, not far off the outskirts of town.
Oh, yes, the old mayor's residence.
You'll find the children quite quickly. They're hiding underneath this tree right here. There's about 2 of them, and they're cowering in
About 2.
fear.
Is there a half?
No, there's 2. I was gonna say 2 or 3, but I realized that wouldn't really make sense with people. But the kids are cowering there. One of them is holding a blacksmithing hammer. But they barely notice you as you walk through those gates because they are locked on this pedestal right here, just frozen with fear. There's nothing there right now, but by the way they're acting, there was something there recently that was terrifying.
I say, children, come
May I
down
make
from
it-
there.
May I make an insight check to see if I can figure out anything more of this scenario?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
All right, well, you see the scared children, and you see some tracks in the ground. That's about it. You can't really
Let me
decipher
try.
what tracks they are.
Do I see any sort of magical auras or anything?
No.
No.
Do I smell any danger?
What if I walk closer?
If you want to smell something, that's going to be a perception check.
Sorry, I thought.
What if I walk closer? Do I see
Oh,
anything?
if you walk closer, one of the children is going to yell out, "Don't go near it! Please! It ate Jeremiah!"
Oh no.
I was going to say Jeremy,
Typical
I'm sorry.
Jeremiah. Wait, we ate Jeremiah? What is it?
I was going to say Jeremy, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'ma kill it where it's at.
Do the perception, and maybe you'll find out.
You know what? Perhaps you should go first.
I thought only goblins ate children.
I say, Yip Yap, why don't you investigate as well? Yes.
Investigate what now, huh?
Oh, up there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I go up to the pedestal.
No. Oh,
Do
wow,
it.
a 3? No, yeah, you can't smell anything. You're either still struck from the bar, or all these candles that are just lit around are messing with your sensory.
Can't
anybody gonna
see
stop me from-
nothing.
No, you should go and investigate.
All right,
Something's off.
My
gauge
crow
is
flies
touching.
after you.
All
Nobody
right.
stopped me.
Once you get
Working.
there, Yip Yap, you're gonna feel a light trembling in the ground exactly where you're standing. Do you want to move?
Hey, the ground trembling.
Steady on, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Move, or you're
No,
dead.
get out of there.
Huh? Get
Tread
out of
lightly.
there? Wait, what? Which? What? Conflicting orders. Go
Tread
forward, go
lightly
back.
and step back.
Okay. Oh.
All right. As you back away, the trembling kind of subsides. But while all of y'all are looking at the pedestal,
Oh.
this is gonna emerge from the ground.
No!
What?
No!
Blocking the entrance, you guys are faced with a
We're
carry-on
level 1,
crawler.
right?
Yes, don't worry. This is a carry-on crawler. Would you like to make a perception check on it?
Yes.
Well, I guess. I mean, I can see it in
This
front
carrion
now.
crawler is a crawler of carrion variety. Yes. I learned about it in my studies.
I spent a lot of time with big, scary, ugly things.
All right,
Oh,
Jeremiah, you've been around a little bit. You would be able to tell that this is a baby carrion crawler. Its teeth have not grown in yet, but it still has its tentacles, and it looks hungry. And it is
Gummy to
staring
death.
at you three You also see this, Steve. You also can tell that this is just a baby.
Oh, the little baby, come here, for a piece of shit.
Enough. It might be a baby, but it's still dangerous. It killed a kid.
It's looking at
Oh.
you three very inquisitively. If you listen close enough, you can hear "Help me!" coming from inside of the carrion crawler.
The
He's
baby's
not
still
dead.
alive.
He's not dead yet.
I draw my 2 daggers.
All right, that'll be initiative then.
Oh,
Why
because
is my
initiative is based
initiative
on that.
always so
I think you can
crap?
drag it into the turn.
I don't
thing.
know, Jer.
Why is my
Maybe-
joke character
maybe
actually
for
rolling
once.
good?
Maybe for once, Jeremiah, you shouldn't take dexterity as your dump stat.
I was convinced out of not dumping my worst into my intelligence.
Who convinced you?
Literally everyone.
You guys are assholes.
You see, I'm calling
How
peer
dare
pressure
you?
here.
Language, and you're wrong.
To be fair, I also having a 6 in intelligence didn't advocate for dump statting.
Oh, wait,
Still
I need to
know
roll one
this.
for my familiar. I just realized that.
All right, well, it doesn't matter because Cobalt Bro is going first.
Yeah, big scary thing.
Don't worry, it's just a baby.
Uh-huh.
It's just a baby.
Okay, yeah, no, fearless. I'm gonna just charge it, and I'm gonna stibby stab it with my 2 daggers.
All right.
I'll have
Um,
disadvantage on my second weapon attack, but I can use both of them.
All right.
Where's my?
You have my owl into initiative, or my crow rather, or I can just go on
Sure.
mine. We'll just have it go on mine. That's easier.
All right. You got a 12.
Oh, oh, whoops! Belay that last one. Actually, wait, no, because I'm supposed to have disadvantage on my second attack, right?
No,
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 I thought there was a disadvantage for dual wielding.
no. Just you don't add your ability modifier to the second attack.
Oh, okay. So never mind then. So then, 23 minus 4, 19.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
So a 12 and a 19. Do either of those hit?
Both hit.
Haha!
How much damage is that?
4 and 5 overall.
9.
So 9 damage overall.
All right.
Stop!
All right. What is that in your turn?
Yes, I've moved
right.
and I've stabbed.
Isaiah, you're up.
All right, I shall have my familiar swoop in and use the help action, so that the
Mhm.
next attack, next attack on him will get advantage, and then fly away, and then I will use this on him. So please make an intelligence saving throw.
It fails.
All right, he takes 2 psychic damage, and he has a -1 penalty to the next saving throw he makes, which will likely be from me.
He takes damage, you said? I'm sorry.
2 psychic damage.
2 damage. I promise I am paying attention. I'm also just looking at something else.
You got a lot going on. We get it.
Yeah.
I like how different our characters' personalities are from the other
Right.
two.
And that ends your turn?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, now, it wasn't
Uh-oh.
really angry before. It was more just hungry. Now it's angry. And because Yip Yap is the closest to it, it is going to try and attack.
What is my AC? Oh no, I didn't have. I'm supposed to have armor on. I didn't get armor.
Rip. Oh well.
Well,
I'm.
what's your dex?
Modifier.
My dex is +2
So then you got 13 armor class.
for leather armor.
Okay, well, that's a
Okay.
24 to hit.
Oh, that
my
yeah,
gosh.
that hits me like a wrecking.
All right, so it hits,
Kill
and
it,
I'm
kill it
just
with
gonna
fire.
I'm just gonna round this up. You just take 4 poison damage, and you have to succeed. Make a con saving throw for me, please.
Papaya.
And then a con save.
Yep, con
Yeah.
save, please.
Does that make it?
Hold on, it hasn't shown up for me yet.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
I heard
see
the
it
little
either.
blip, but I don't
I
see
see
it.
I heard
It's
the
an
blip.
11.
Just give it a sec. It might be some lag.
Yeah, it's probably lag.
What?
There you are, 11. That saves. You are not poisoned, or you're not, paralyzed, but you do still have
Yay!
poison. And using its multi-tack, it's gonna try hitting you again.
I'm again struck by you.
So it's gonna try hitting again. There's a 9 hit.
Oh, a 9 does not hit. No.
All
sorry.
right, then it just it being a baby and all, it gets you on that first try with its tentacles wrapping around you, giving you that poison damage. The second time it goes for you, it just flops on its side,
Oh, baby.
starts like roaring sadly.
Oh, it's okay.
Next up, Balgroth.
I don't know whether to be disturbed by this.
It's made me upset. So I'm a slash at it with my greatsword.
Help me, please! From inside. Yeah, that hits. That hits. 8.
Nice.
All right. So you hit it. It takes 8 damage. It's crying and wriggling on the ground as a screaming child comes from it.
Hey, it's
Inside
free.
its stomach. No, the boy's not free yet.
No, it's almost
And then-
free.
You could hear the crying come from it. Is that the end of your turn?
I think that's the end of my turn. That's the one. I only have one action, and
All right.
using my greatsword isn't a bonus action.
Mr.
I
Cobalt, you're again?
I slash open his belly where I hear the screaming loudest.
And you get sneak attack on this one if you hit.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
what's that mean?
You get to add a d6 to your damage.
Oh,
You got a hit.
oh, Brett.
Once again,
Double.
it's lagging.
But try my other hand. Oh, okay. So I'm missing a hit.
I'm hearing the beat, but I still don't see the numbers.
Yeah.
I got a 5 and a 23.
A 5? Okay, well, the 5 doesn't hit. The
Actually,
23,
that's a 19 again. My apologies.
the first
need
one
to-
or the second one?
The second one. I need to just code in the second dagger to where it doesn't add the bonus.
So you do add it to the hit, just not to the damage.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah, it's a 23 for the second dagger.
All right, well, second hits either way.
Ooh, 4 piercing. It's
4
not-
piercing?
Did you add your d6?
Oh. Plus R or slash R1 D6.
I'll show you how to do sneak attack too.
Sneak attack.
That's a full. I rolled full on that.
Nice.
So that
10.
10 damage.
All right, well, you kill it. So you do slash open its stomach. The child crawls out from the mucus and the membrane and all that jazz. It's on its back now, crying out.
Yeah, smell it.
The child is gonna crawl out, gasping and like trembling, and it's a very young orc child. And he's gonna look up at you three and be like, "Thank you. I really thought I was gonna die."
Is he short enough to look up to me?
I mean, he's on the ground right now. If you want to help him up, he'll be
Oh.
taller. But
Here we go. Ew, you're nasty. Ew.
all right.
We
Really
need
And
to
sure.
have-
amongst
said, let's have no
this
derbies.
child, there's going to be a lot of undigested meat that comes from the corpses that this carry-on baby was eating.
Mm.
And there's a couple like little trinkets and stuff. I don't know if you really want to dig through the guts of a creature, you can.
I'll take a look.
All right,
do-
can
I
you
dig for
roll
trinkets.
a investigation?
Yes. 24.
All right, you hit the jackpot. You find within this cluster of flesh and clothing, you find a pair of dice that seems to have been made from bone, and you also find a golden locket that is currently like glued shut, but it's still a gold locket.
Lovely.
Oops. I rolled a 13 on investigation. Did I get anything?
You do not exist in this game as of right now. I
That
am
is-
sorry to say.
What on earth? Okay, I'm gonna leave and rejoin. Something's
Well,
going on.
I suppose I'll walk over. I'll say to these guys, "Good show, good show," and then walk over to these other children. I say, now, could you come down from that tree and give me the hammer, please?
They're in
I think you
this
mean
tree.
give us the hammer.
This tree. Yes.
And they weren't in the tree to begin with. But the children who were trembled around the trunk of the tree are going to look up at you, and the one holding the hammer is going to say, "Oh, yeah, we're sorry for stealing it.
Why did you steal it in the first place?
We thought it'd be funny. We
My
didn't know we would
friends,
end up
There's only
here.
one.
Balroth glares at them.
Can you tell our parents that we're okay? Our legs are still trembling. We
I
don't
haven't
think
the
we can walk."
slightest idea who your parents are. Go home.
And I don't
Oh.
care. Give us the
Oh.
hammer and go
They
home.
gave Isaiah the hammer because
I
he
have
asked nicely.
I didn't even say anything though.
You just look intimidating, bro.
Yeah, that's
Even
the
to
point.
you're a half orc, and this orc child is intimidated by you purely because they just crawled out of a worm's guts. Like
That you managed to kill.
Well,
Jeremiah!
We managed to kill, thank you.
the cobalt killed it. Really,
Well, it was weakened substantially.
you can close that now.
Kill him.
Oh, I hope I didn't break that. So, is that gonna be your time in the graveyard? You don't want to like maybe rob some graves?
Where's the dead mayor's grave?
The dead mayor would have been up on this pedestal in a very fancy casket. The casket is there. It's the big stone, but the body is not there. In fact, the body could have possibly been in that worm. I mean, carrions, crawlers do eat dead bodies.
Is there anything of interest in this tomb area?
It could
No.
be. We could look for the supplies that the nurse needed.
You could also do that. You're still out. You're still in the forest.
Yes. Well, perhaps so as to include others, we may quickly go back and return this hammer. That's weighing me
Alright.
down terribly.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
forgot to
let's
mention.
see,
Can you make a strength check for me?
Would you say?
Oh dear.
Would you say you're holding on and you're not sure why everything's so heavy?
Jesus.
Whoever so holds this hammer deserveth the power of the local blacksmith. It's anticlimactic, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Balroth
did- okay,
just
you did
rolls
it. I'm
his
sorry.
eyes, knowing that he could
Um,
carry it just as easily.
You can pick up this hammer. You didn't quite notice how heavy it was when the kid gave it to you because the kid seemed to be holding it just fine. The orc.
Yes.
It was another orc kid. There was two of them, and yeah. But
Fascinating.
now that you're like looking at it, you realize this thing is heavy. You find
Fascinating
yourself really hard to
anthropometry.
hold it up. You can still carry it, but you're gonna be limping. trying
I
to keep this thing
say,
in your hand.
yes, perhaps. What's your name again?
Balroth.
Balroth. Yes. Perhaps you might like to. Perhaps you're better equipped to handle this than
What's
I.
your base strength, Balwa?
Let's see. My base strength is what, 17?
All right, you can pick up the hammer, no problem.
Yeah.
You don't
It's
even
like,
need to make that strength check, bro.
I mean, I don't know, Isaiah. I think you might be able to carry it. He smirks playfully.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I can. And he spitefully begins to carry it away.
Back to the village. All right,
Yeah.
back into town we
Oh, it's the
go.
wrong button.
And
Sorry.
Balrog smirks as he watches him limp all the way home.
So yes, you all go back the same path you came from. Isaiah in the back of the line this time because he has been carrying this heavy hammer. Maybe even dropped it a few times on the way back, but fueled by spite, he is endeavored to bring this back to the Minotaur.
Yes. I enter the bar.
Oh, all right.
And I suppose I feel depressed again because that lady never touched me.
Well, I mean, you did leave the tavern, so it eventually went away.
Yeah.
It doesn't come back. But since you brought that up, since you want to be so snarky, would you want to roll D10 for me?
Yeah, of course. Oh, well, I'm feeling rather optimistic having carried this hammer back by
No,
myself.
that means nothing.
Is it just
That
rolling
just
more
means you get a
sadness I
different
have?
effect. That just means you get a different effect.
Yes.
When you walk into this tavern, you feel hungry. You are starving. And you feel like nothing
Oh, I'm
can
hungry.
satiate this hunger inside of
It's
you.
still heavy.
Still believe that you could have carried it?
I did carry it.
I mean, he did technically carry it.
Feast your eyes on the evidence.
Are you gonna put it on the table?
Yes.
And I put it on the table.
All right. It
Yes,
makes
indeed.
a thud.
Along with the other bumps and bruises all the way here.
I'm not
The
that
Minotaur
big.
is gonna
I'm
the
above average
entire
strength.
time you guys walk in, the Minotaur
I
is
do my
gonna know.
exercises daily.
It's like the Minotaur knows exactly when this hammer is within his vicinity because his head perks up when you walk in through that door. And he's like, "My friends, you found my hammer."
Yes.
Tell me, are the children okay? When that
Oh, they're
bartender told me about that monster, I got a little bit worried, but children will be children, you know.
Yes, they're fine. Balroth grabs the hammer and tosses it to the Minotaur. They're safe.
The Minotaur catches it. Ah! Nice! So, thank you for returning my hammer. Let me look up what he gives you in return.
Heckin' nice, bro.
I think I coded my
yes,
daggers
okay.
correctly.
Now, I know it must have been a lot of trouble for you three to get this hammer for me, so how about I make you a deal? If you stick around in town for, say, one night, maybe another day or so, just helping around, I will make you, and he points to the three of you and like kind of trails off. You, and he points to the kobold. I'll make you a fresh set of armor.
Yeah!
No charge.
You can't like that.
Good show, friend. All right, well, that's settled. I'll be in my blacksmithery. And then he leaves. Like, just kind of throwing the hammer up and catching it back.
Balroth rolls his eyes, knowing that he wanted some armor, but letting it go.
At this point, Dennis, if you would like to walk your character in through those front doors, you are very much obliged to.
A hush
right,
falls over the
so-
bar as a flaming figure enters with heavy metal in
So-
the background.
So walking into the tavern or into the bar is a figure dressed in very Eastern clothing that can be described as very silk-like. He's holding his arm. His arms seem to be kind of held together, kind of like this, inside of the very long cloak he has, with a very obvious piece of leather armor guarding his chest. Covering his face right now is a very, very rather large wicker hat that's just coming around right here. And as he walks in, one can notice the arrows and the longbow on his back tied with a very ornate sword that is on his hip as he enters.
Why am I hearing the Pillar Man theme in the background?
Why am I hearing the samurai in the background?
So the people
about
left in
you,
the tavern now are the elf, the tabaxi, the two birds, and the two goblins. The tiefling is gone.
So I'm just gonna go over to the table and just kind of take a seat.
Oh, roll a d10 for me.
Roll a d10. All right.
Yep, just a plain d10, please. A 5. Let me count. Go ahead and do what you want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, I know exactly what you get. You're gonna love this.
Wait, is your name a pun? Is your name a...
Kano,
So
you
you walk
die?
into the bar. You have a nice stride
die?
to you. You look confident. You look like you know what you're doing. The moment you sit down, you are just overwhelmed. You can hear every little creak in this building. You can hear the conversations coming from the goblins and the birds. You can hear a rat chewing on a gold piece in the corner. You hear everything. You feel everything. Your clothes feel tighter or scratchier. The
So,
chair is uncomfortable and nothing tastes good.
so I'm just going to close my eyes and calm myself down.
That will not help.
That I normally do. What is with my character sheet? It is completely black for me right now.
You can try to calm yourself down. It's not going to make the effect go away.
For
Alright.
some reason, for music, I'm just picturing the Ram commercial. The dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
That's what it feels like to drive a Ford F-150.
so Steven,
What?
yes.
Oh, I love
So Kano is going to look to the
All
thunder.
right, Dale. That's good. You're good.
Uh,
Have you ever felt like you're the new
sir,
epitome of Ghost
Have you ever
Rider
been eating your
as an
spaghetti?
do you have any water in this establishment?
The tabaxi who was cleaning a glass with a very dirty cloth turns to you and he goes, "Oh, you want some water, do you? Some water? I got water for you. Don't worry about that." He's gonna disappear behind the counter and then pop up on the other side, like next to you, and give you a glass of water. "Here you go," and then
Got water.
walk back around the bar
So
to go back to cleaning.
Kano's just gonna be like, "How in the hell have the gods not wanted you dead?" He's
What'd you
saying
say?
that. He's saying that to himself in his head. And he's just gonna start sipping on the water to calm himself down.
Is it actually water?
Yes, it
Yes,
is
I
actually
hope
water.
so. I
No,
hope
he
so.
did give you water. Don't worry. He's an
That's how it
honest
feels to
barman.
drive
He's
a
just a
Ford
little bit much.
F-150.
Sir,
Yes.
would you happen to know where exactly I am? I seem to have gotten lost. My map is not so well written.
Well, everyone gets lost in these parts. You're in Wretcher, the town of the wretched. Welcome, welcome. I don't want you here. That'll be 10 gold for the water, by the way.
10 gold!
Yes, sir. Or give it back.
It's quite expensive here, my good man.
I tell you what.
Are you going to give over the 10 gold, or am I going to have to rip that glass from your hand?
Kano's gonna put the glass on the table. Why don't we play a game of dragon chess over it?
I don't play games, sir. You give me the money, or you get out.
Have your water.
All right. Thank
I
you,
have a
sir. He's
spit
going to
on
down
my
the
own.
glass and then just...
I would like to cast Shape Water on it and freeze it solid.
And now it's
He's going to
ice.
look at it. He's going to look at it, and he's going to put it next to the fireplace behind the bar and wait.
How'd that turn out for you?
Oh, just wait.
He's not going to talk to you guys anymore.
Are you really going to wait just to freeze it again?
No, that would be petty. And I snap it unfrozen.
Before the bartender can get to it, the rat immediately goes over and tips it over and starts drinking it.
It seems like he's the boss of this operation.
Don't let him hear you say that!
If I get rid of the rat, what will you give me?
Oh, don't get rid of the rat! It's my little buddy!
Oh yeah. Oh, man, sorry. Kano is just gonna take a step back out of the chair. Yeah, it seems this place much prefers to rob people. I might need to find somewhere else to sleep tonight, maybe a stable.
Oh, well, this is an inn, too. I can gladly give you a room here. It's only 2
Yeah,
gold.
and 2 gold?
Yes, sir, 2 gold for a room. Got nice
But
room.
water is 10!
I never said that. What are you talking about? Water's free.
What?
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 Water!
Can I get some water?
Can I get my 10 gold back?
Did he get water?
No, I just want my gold back.
You didn't get water, sorry. Of course I can get you some water. Give me a second, good sir. I'll get you some water.
So-
he goes over to one of the barrels and just pours you a glass of water and just kind of gives it to you. And he's like, there you go.
What?
Enjoy.
So you're telling me you overcharge if we pronounce it differently?
No. Do you want the room, though?
Yes.
All right, 2 gold.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, you must forgive me. The curse today is not kind to me.
What curse?
Ah, they can tell you. They've been here for like 10 minutes longer than you have. me
What
the 2
is
gold.
this place?
I'll get the
Yeah.
room ready for you. Give me the gold.
He puts the 2 gold on the table.
He takes the
What's
gold
wrong?
and goes upstairs to go set up the room.
What's wrong with this cursed place?
What I miss?
Well,
What in
cursed.
God? What
Well,
in
cursed
the
is pretty much
justice
the name
name is
for it.
that?
Oh, come on!
I love this. I'm loving this so much. My first
Well,
campaign is going so well.
Well, you see, my crazed friend, you've just walked into an inn that is filled with curses. Each one of us has had a curse put upon us. Everyone who enters this tavern and pretty much enters this town has had a
There you
curse
go.
upon them.
You
One
know
of us
what?
was depressed. One of us
Fuck.
was insecure. I could hear literally everything. It was horrible.
Which you
That's
can
it.
do now,
I'm getting
by
the
the way.
sake out. I'm drinking tonight.
There was
Yeah.
a
Man
Can
of
you-
culture.
Wait,
there was a
Wait,
hobgoblin
Dennis.
on date with his goblin grandmama.
Dennis, do you
What?
actually pull out like an actual thing of sake?
Yes, I pull out a small. It's in my It's in one of my flasks.
Okay, the tabaxi's gonna pop back up from behind the bar. You got alcohol there?
Don't give him the alcohol.
Not yours.
Can you prove it?
Yes, I can prove it.
We all
Ha.
watched him pull it out.
But did we?
Let me ask my security guard. He's gonna turn to the rat. Did you see him pull out that sake?
The rat.
The rat's gonna just squeak, and the tabaxi's gonna turn back around with the biggest grin on his face. All right, that checks out. I'll get your room ready, sir. And he disappears behind the bar counter.
I'm
and
drinking.
he's
I
upstairs
downed
again.
the entire damn flask.
Yip Yip offers
my
his own
favorite character
flask
now.
for a toast. Oh,
while you're
bro,
doing
slow
that-
your roll.
While you're
Aren't you
doing
supposed
that,
to be overstimulated?
the young elf sitting here is...
trying to dull his
And yes, you are
senses.
supposed to be overstimulated.
Alcohol?
Dennis. That's your curse.
Alcohol is a depressant, so it makes you understimulated.
But the curse is a curse. It's a curse.
Yes, but
Yeah,
it's
curse.
alcohol.
It
A kiss
Anyway.
is a curse of worst of worst.
Anyway, the
I'm
young
jealous
elf
of-
is gonna look over at you three and say, "Ah, are you back? It's lovely. There's a new one with you too."
So, Kano is gonna put a hand on Dale's character, and he's gonna whisper, "Who's that lady?"
The this one.
Yes, that one. Who's that?
She's not your
roll-
type.
I'm rolling Constitution.
Why? For the drunkenness?
Yes.
A curse is a
Yeah,
curse,
other
or worse, or worse.
So,
unless
so you're saying it doesn't even get me drunk?
the sake?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm drinking, so I don't remember any of this.
Is he drunk and overstimulated?
You can take it. I don't know.
You can try.
You know what? Let's just
It's
say
just a
I realize
curse.
it's not. Let's just say I realize it's not working, and I put it away.
All
So,
right, fair
who is that woman right there?
Do you remember her name?
She'll make you feel better.
Yes, her name is Yuka.
There you go.
You.
And by the way, I have a feat that lets you remember everything that I've heard. So even if you want to take
Oh.
exquisite notes.
I know what you're talking about.
Like sharp mind, I think. I
In
don't know.
mind, yeah.
Keen mind.
Keen mind.
Keen mind.
Quite
He
a
has
good feat for an aspiring wizard, yes.
Key
AKA
lime.
You're
AK
a wizard?
AKA for the last month, he has an eidetic memory.
Nice.
My good man, I'm a magus. I am currently studying the arcane. And I came to this hamlet in the hopes of finding something out, and I still may have hope, but I've been dragged into several town problems due to this curse business.
Oh, I'm
Haven't
terribly
we
sorry if you
all?
feel like you've been dragged. And then she's gonna just kind of look down, kind of sad that she's kind of troubled you three.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
does it bother you that the curse in your village is cursing people?
Well, yes, actually.
Well,
I hate to see people through such trouble, especially when some curses can just get so awful, like those 3 children with the monster. It can get as bad as that for days in a row.
Excuse me? 3 children and a monster?
It ate one.
We
It ain't one!
It
it.
was
It
fine.
ain't one, the elf was gonna say.
Well,
Yeah,
it
and the little
tried
ones read
to.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I could've-
okay.
It didn't digest it.
Oh,
not fully anyway.
oh.
They're
Yes.
fine. They're fine.
For now.
I need to go pray to my gods.
Okay.
How many?
This is. I need to figure out why I'm here.
How
Why
many
are you?
gods?
Not that disclosure.
Oh,
Not that disclosure.
it's like my brothers. There's a lot of them.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore. They're dead.
I'm an old. I'm an old.
Not
Excuse
anymore.
me. I never introduced myself to y'all. Give me a moment. Kano's gonna take a step back and then bow to them. I am Kano. Kano Yudai.
Well, of course I can, but why would you ask such a thing when you're introducing yourself?
No, my
Smacks him
name
upside the
is
head.
Kano Yudai.
Apparently, I count a lot. So,
Hmm.
ow.
Balgroth smacks them both behind the head. Enough of this.
Well,
Excuse me.
I'm Yip
Can I-
Yap No Tail.
Can I please have your names? It's only polite.
I'm Yip Yap No Tail, and I killed
Yes, my.
him.
Yip Yop No Tail.
Yip Yap, not Yip Yap. Yip Yap was my brother. Oh,
I'm sorry for your loss. Not really.
thank you.
Not really. Anyway,
Balgroth shakes his head. I am Balgroth the dog. Pleasure.
Balgroth the dog.
Sorry.
Just so you know, in my notes, I'm writing dark and alternating lowercase and caps. Yes.
Balgroth.
Also known as his nickname EDGE.
Oh,
Alternating
I'll be right back. I need a soda buffer.
Alright.
And I am Isaiah Yeager.
Mr. Jaeger. Do you mind if I call you that?
Please.
Sure,
Don't be
Jägermeister.
And you, I'm going to be calling you Scary Fella. And you, I'm going to be calling you Small Fella.
Fine,
Well, it's
just
nice
don't
to
get
see
in my
another
way.
adventurer in town.
And sorry, ma'am, I'm more of a lawman than I am an adventurer.
Not sponsored.
Oh, well.
Can you tell me a bit more about your curse? That's been
Oh.
placed here. Like when did it begin?
Oh,
He's going
generations
to
ago.
get right up to her, like right here in front of her.
That's a little socially inept.
Anyway, she's not going to be very phased by it. But she's going to say, "Oh, the curse has been here for generations. A lot of people believe it started with the very first mayor in the building of the town hall, but I feel like it's been around much longer than that, in different ways.
Any hauntings in this area? Any spirits whatsoever?
Oh, were there? There's sometimes some zombies that come through, but they're perfectly harmless.
Necromancy? Any sort of, I want to say, demonic beings?
Oh, there was a tiefling here not too long ago.
That doesn't count. Any sort of, is there anyone older than 300 here?
No.
I'm
No one.
34. Is that bigger than
No.
300?
What?
You're
I'm 30.
adorable. You are adorable, my kobold friend. Do you three mind if I accompanied y'all, hanging out with y'all because y'all mess with that big monster-y thingy or whatever? I might be able to find what I'm looking for a lot faster.
You're welcome to join.
Oh,
As long as you
tell
don't
me.
get in my way, you'll be fine.
Tell me, you are a wizard, correct?
I am a practitioner of the magic arts. Why do you ask?
Yes, I understand that. Have you heard wind or seen anything from an individual that came from the Far East not too long ago in search of arcane, in search of the arcane?
Am I aware of this?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't believe I've seen any sort of a thing. I am just new to this area.
No.
You mean like
As
some
are
sort
we
of
all.
I just want to like say, like, I'm not even gonna roll stealth. The Tabaxi's just gonna appear behind you. Your room's ready.
yeah.
This is not the weirdest day I've had in my life, surprisingly.
Congrats. He's gonna walk back around the bar. When he walks back around the bar, a orc woman is gonna walk in, kind of like panting, like she's been running, and Yuka is gonna hop off her chair and go to her and hug her. It's very nice to see you. How is everything? And the orc lady is gonna say, "There's been a riot. The mayor is locked in his room again."
A riot. You think we would have noticed? Oh.
It just happened. It always just happens. And Yuka's gonna calm her down. It's all right. It's all right.
Just happens. How do riots just happen?
Everything
mean-
just happens here. It's hard to say.
I mean, one time we had a limbo night.
A what?
So you get like a pole and you like try to get under it.
I
without fall.
understand what limbo is. I'm asking what?
At the mention of riot, like the two birds and the two goblins are gonna just leave. Like they're just gonna file out the door in a nice, orderly manner. They're totally not just disappearing from the map.
Well, I say we go rescue this mayor. What's his name?
He might give
And-
us access to his library if that's the case.
Put him
Yeah.
on
Oh,
trial
please
for the
try and
people.
help. This always
Put him on
happens. at
trial.
least
How
once
do
a
we know
week.
if he's done anything wrong?
My people will decide.
So, this is the town hall. And if I had been smarter about my life, I probably would have put people around it. But from the character's perspective, there is a large crowd of just goblins, hobgoblins, kinku. Everything that seems to live in this village is surrounding the town hall, screaming for the mayor to come out, telling him that he can't hide in his room anymore and that he has to do something about this curse because news has got out. The kids are back. They were attacked by a monster.
Me no like
if
you
the ma-
goblins.
And if the mayor doesn't do anything about it, well, they might just have to kill him. One of the hobgoblins, one of the orcs who was sitting with the mayor earlier is like at the side of the building against the wall here, and they're gonna see you and they're gonna be like, "Come over here."
All
Which you
right.
can go over there if you want.
Yep,
We'll
yep,
go over.
pads up.
I'll go over.
Yeah,
Where
we'll
is
go
it?
over there.
It's like near the side of the wall. You got to kind of like push through some people. You all go towards this orc who's trying to like shuffle you guys in without letting anyone else in. And they're saying to you, "You gotta help him. Please just help him. He's so pathetic. I can't stand it anymore." And they push you through the door and like just shut it closed. You hear a lock click behind you. And you suddenly find yourselves in the mayor's office, which is it's part office, part library, part living quarters, with a big chandelier hanging from the ceiling, rows of books against the wall, books on the floor. There's empty plates of food on the two tables in the back. His desk is cluttered. And he is sitting right over here. Can he come over here, please?
I'll
Sir.
step away from my
There he
computer.
goes. He's on the couch, just kind of looking out the window, feeling sorry for himself.
That's a gigantic couch.
That's a big couch.
That's a big couch.
He's a rich man.
His couch is bigger than 5 foot squared.
He's a rich guy. He's got to sleep on that thing.
That's
how
a
big-
big couch.
1, 2, 3,
How does
4.
such a man afford something like this
That's
for
a
just being a
20
mayor?
20
He's gonna hear you when you say that, and he's gonna say, "Oh, my grandfather.
How?
He was the richest man in this area, and he made a profit with that farm, and I inherited it. And I should be lucky, but I don't want this anymore. I never
No.
wanted this."
No leader wants their job. Get off your butt and go outside and talk to your people.
You
They
know,
don't
my
listen to me. They never listen. They just want my head on a pike, and I'm about ready to just give it to them at this point.
Keno slaps the man in the face. You are going to get up and talk to your people. All right? Your head's going to be put on a pike if you don't talk to your people. You are quite literally living a self-fulfilling prophecy right now.
The
No.
first thing we actually need to do is find out how to get rid of this curse. Mayor,
Yes.
you might have some information on it. Tell
Oh.
us, or we will send you out to these people.
Oh, those new books, they did come in. They don't have many answers, though. All these curses, they're nothing like what's plaguing this town. And I don't know if there is a solution anymore. Although I
Well,
did get this one odd book. I can't begin to decipher it, unfortunately.
Can I
Oh,
see
what is
it?
it?
oh,
I may
a
be
book,
able to
you
read it.
say?
Read
may
it,
be
Uh,
able to. I
There's
know
an
many
open
languages.
book on the desk that
I look-
Allow me
has
to
some
peruse
I'm
pictures
at
and
the,
stuff.
wait, I'm at the desk. I look at the book. What's the book?
It's literally just pictures. There's no words on it. It is just scrabbled pictures of like maybe a forest, maybe a house, perhaps a path. Like it's really hard to tell if this is just like a drawing or if this is an actual map
Hold
to
up.
someplace.
Can I
Hold
try
up.
to insight check?
Sure.
Did it go through for once? Oh,
Yeah, it went through. You turn a few pages, it's similar things. It's just more like crudely drawn pictures of like areas that maybe exist.
So, can I roll like a history check
Sure.
to figure out what these places might be?
Yeah. All right. So, with your history check, you're able to tell that this is a very new book. Like you close it and you look at the title, you look at the cover of it, and there's nothing on the cover, but it's like new, you know? Like you know how you can tell when a book is
Yeah.
new? Like the leather
That's
is perfectly pressed, it's new. You look through the pages, it's just more drawings. But because you've been around, maybe, you're able to discern that these are in fact actual areas, but they're very particular areas in different forests and paths and such. And because you're in a town that seems to just appear out of nowhere to people wandering, you can't really tell how to get to these places. But if you were to leave the town and maybe see a landmark, you'd be able to find your way.
I think I know where these places are. We could start with these locations.
Oh, please try, I beg of you.
We will if you go talk to your people and tell them what the hell's going on.
They don't listen. They just want me to fix everything, but I can't. I'm not a magic user.
I'm going
Not
to
like my
intimidate this dude.
grandfather.
well,
I am going to
Alright.
intimidate this dude to doing his job.
tell them we're gonna fix it. It seems pretty simple.
You,
Oh, yes, typical citizenry hoping the politicians will solve all their problems.
he's going to grab the dude by his scruff. You will go and address your people.
Roll that intimidation, bro. 11? Alright. He's gonna just kind of brush you off.
Can I, is there
I
anything
was-
I can...
Wait. I get advantage on these. It's a racial trait. I get advantage on these.
Alright.
Oh, it's racial.
Oh, okay.
14.
Yeah, it still doesn't work.
Fuck.
He's
Dude,
still.
is this guy this big of
Let's
a
try.
wuss?
How about Belgroth? I have
Hold on,
advantage
hold on,
in
hold on.
intimidation.
I take the book from Yip Yap, and is this golden locket, does that have any markings on it that are notable?
The gold locket, it has a heart carved on the front of it, and it's still kind of jammed from having been inside a creature's stomach. But if you were to like take a knife to it, you could probably pry it open.
Yip Yap, can you pry this open while I speak with the mayor?
Okay. I try to use a dagger to pry it open. Thieves'
sort
tools
of-
if I must. Oh.
Yip Yap.
Gosh.
Your knife slips and you cut your finger.
How about I try to intimidate him?
Well, hold on. I take this book. Mr. Mayor, where did you get this book?
It came in with the shipment of all the other ones. I order from libraries across the whole world. I really do try to find a solution for this curse, but there's no record of anything like this happening anywhere else in the world. And I've tried, I really have.
How did
I
your
just-
grandfather make his fortune exactly?
Oh, my grandfather. He was like you, a wizard, I think. I don't know. He could cast spells, and he would remind me that every day of my life. And he could cast spells, and I couldn't. I wasn't magic.
Did he know a witch?
Wait, a wizard.
Maybe. I don't know the difference between a wizard, a sorcerer, a warlock. They all just cast spells. There's no real difference.
Witches, hags, they like curse and stuff. Not like swear, but like, worse.
A witch.
Or something,
Oh.
like a hag or I don't know. I heard real scared brothers talk about them.
Some
Scary things out in
children were
swamps.
running around the other day yelling about a witch in the woods, but I thought nothing of it because it probably was just another stroke of bad luck. Disappear
wait.
within the next day.
A witch in the woods.
Yes, but they're children, You can't always
This
trust
may be
what
what
they say.
No. I've been
One of
given
your
reports
children
of
just got eaten by a worm.
He got
And-
eaten.
That's a little for
Yes.
credibility.
Did he
but
die?
I'm
No,
also
we were the ones who got him out.
I'm
Oh,
also
well,
here
he
looking
didn't
for a
die.
magic. I'm also here looking for a magic user that came from the east. This witch might also be one of my targets.
I don't know. What makes you think I have the answers to your predicaments? I'm just a mayor.
Well, one, I was speaking out loud, not directly to you.
If you want a
Oh.
book, you can take a book. I do not care. I've read all of them so many times. You can take as many as you wish. I'll just get more.
Are there any books here that look noteworthy?
They're all just kind of like basic leather-bound books. Some of them have titles on the sides, like kind of drawn in with gold. They have just basic like this is the history of this is the history of that. This is a magic book that maybe has magic in it. We don't know.
Are there any children's books?
I would like one of these
Yes.
magic books.
Yip
All
Yap
right.
will Yip Yap will take any and all children's books stealthily.
All right, go
Are
ahead.
there any
Yeah.
books about the god of vengeance?
There's a few books about the different gods of the worlds. So you could probably find something on that.
So there's a book on magic there as well? Maybe?
Yes. If you want to look in the Book of Magic,
I would
it
love
is basically just like a history of magic and just be like, this is when this spell like happened and this is who found out what this did. Like it's just a basic history of spells
no
becoming
formulas.
No.
I've already memorized it. All right. Yip Yap, where is that locket?
Back on the desk. I kind of dropped it after I cut my finger.
Limp.
I quickly cast Mage Hand and pick up the locket with it and bring it close to me.
Ooh.
And then I take my own dagger and I try to pry it open.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're able to like just click it open with your little knife or whatever. And inside, it's still kind of mucky from all the gunk and stuff. But inside is just a simple picture of a young lady. She has very pale skin, white hair, dark gray eyes, and she's smiling.
I take it to the mayor. Do you recognize who this might have been?
Oh, no, I can't say that I recognize that woman. He looks out the window again.
Well, we'll see what we can do about this curse.
But someone
this
needs to
witch.
go out and talk to the people and calm them down.
Oh, they'll calm down by themselves eventually. They always do.
No,
We
no,
need
they won't.
someone to
Just
calm
tell-
them down.
Just tell them we're.
watch. Just
Just
watch.
Just
he's
tell
gonna-
them.
Sorry.
Just tell them we're on the case.
I suppose I could tell them that.
No
Then the
need for
problem would be on
daggers
your
at-
shoulders, not
No
mine.
need for daggers at throats. Just think, says the guy with 6 intelligence.
If you four can promise me that you'll figure out what's behind these horrid curses, I'll let you stay in the town whenever you like for free. Heck, I don't know. I might make you mayor.
Mayor
No,
Yip
thank
Yap.
you.
That sounds fun.
Well, let's see if we can do this first.
All right. Well, I'll go tell the angry mob that you're on the case, and you four go about your way.
I'm loving this too much.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Balgroth, Yip Yap. Let's go.
That is the wrong one. So you're gonna go. So you're gonna go outside, and you're gonna go outside with the mayor. By the way, you've never asked for this man's name. I just want you to guys know that.
First name Mr. Last name Mayor. Yes.
Are you talking to him right now?
What's your Mr. Mayor? I don't believe I got your name.
Oh,
Billy
I
Mays here.
despise my name. But I suppose I should tell you since you're doing this fine thing for me. My name is Woofall Royam. Yes, I know. It's awful.
You are just a ball of depression.
I mean, the town's name is a mite dreadful, but you know.
Oh, what?
Is it the
Retcher? It was
curse or
named
is it
after my
just him?
grandfather.
Your grandfather was named Wretched? How did people trust him in business deals?
He never did business. He just sold and they bought.
That's called business.
That's the market. That is going into the market. That's business.
To be
Oh, is
fair,
it? I wouldn't know.
to be fair, my father's name was Snip Snap Snapneck, so
You are a very odd creature. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna stand up on like a box or something. He's gonna look out over the crowd, who's just angry. They're not like doing anything right now. They're just staring at him angrily. And he's gonna say, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this bi-weekly riot we're having again. It appears that these 4 adventurers who have wandered into our town have decided to try and solve this little mystery of ours of what is causing this curse on our town. So please, direct your anger towards them when they can't solve all your problems. Goodbye." And he goes back inside and locks the door.
Steady on.
Hello there,
Bogroth
everyone.
just rolls his eyes. If they fight him, they die anyway.
What's going on? Who's
I
doing
guess
what now?
we should go into the woods to find
Give me
the
the
bag.
hand me the book so I can figure out landmarks.
So here's our little path through the forest. This is just going to be me purely talking at this point.
it's fine.
So yeah, this is going to be me purely talking because we're kind of getting to a close of this session 0 anyway. It's been about 2 hours. So as you're walking through this forest, you just kind of going through. You're like slowly getting more and more outside of the town. Any feelings you might have had left over from the effects slips away, and you're left feeling your normal, boring selves. Until eventually, the town is just gone, as far as you can tell. The path you were walking on, you look back, and it just goes deeper into forest that wasn't there before. So you are now officially out of the town of Retcher and walking through an unmarked forest.
So Kano is going to look at the book to try and figure out where they are and to see if he can get them to their first location.
All right, a 15. You're like flipping through the pages. There doesn't seem to be a really cohesive pattern of what is where and where you need to go first. But you do start to recognize some things. You recognize how one tree is bent at a complete 90-degree angle, and that is represented in the book. So you follow that, and then you are able to see a waterfall eventually as well. And as the sun starts to set on this day, you come across a little hut that is nestled between 2 trees, drawn very similarly within the book.
Well, I found it.
I think that's where the witch is.
Who would like to approach the hut first?
I will.
All right.
Yes, he will.
I will.
I
Can
will.
can I be on your shoulder, big
I will
guy?
not.
So
Oh wait, do I detect?
let me-
Do I see do I see anything magical about this hut?
Do you want to just detect magic in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I
detect
I
magic?
should just be able to automatically feel it.
No, yeah, you guys don't even got to roll anything. If you just want to like, if your characters can detect magic, you
Yes.
feel magic right now. A lot of it.
Yeah.
Do we know
Like
a
it's not
school of magic?
necessarily. No, you do not.
Is anyone willing for Yip Yap to ride on their shoulder?
Oh, cute.
Fine.
So who is first? It's Canyon, right?
Kano.
Kano. I am
Kano.
so sorry, Kano.
Canyon's better. I like that.
No.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh, wisdom.
Canyon-
Oh, jeez. Oh, golly gee, gumdrops.
This is
Yeah.
low key payback for all the wisdom saving throws you made me do, but this is also pertinent. So go ahead.
This is permanent?
Permanent.
Pertinent, I believe.
Pertinent. Yes. 14. What is that? Yeah. Okay, that fails. You are now struck with fear. And you are now frightened of this hut. You do not want to go near it anymore. You are frozen in place. All right, so he's frozen in place. Anyone else want to try and step forward?
Damn.
Do it. I'm on it.
What
Wisdom
is
saving
this
throw?
place?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wait, but I'm on your shoulder. Do I have
I'm
to
going to give you advantage on that because you've seen him. I'm assuming you're like stealing yourself for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you advantage on that. And you are not affected by the fear. You're able to approach. You feel like a sense of dread that if you walk towards this, something bad is going to happen. But you're not necessarily frozen in place by the mere sight of it.
Since I'm on his
Shoot
shoulder,
down
do I?
Tiny
entire
Cobalt,
armies.
please make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, since I'm on his shoulder. Oh boy, here we go. Well, it's not my dump stat at least.
You don't make it, unfortunately. But because you're on this dude's shoulder, you're still technically moving closer to the hut. You're just frozen in fear on his shoulder. You're like a little statue now.
You'll feel my claws dig in. Actually, you're probably wearing armor. You don't feel my claws dig in.
Mm-mm.
That reminds me, I gotta make a note of something. But so, last one, Isaiah, would you like to try approach this hut? Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
He's already afraid.
Yes. I see that. I see like right right where they're getting worried about it. So I'm going to try to steel myself, despite the very reasonable worry I feel deep down, and step forward.
Wait, did Steven save?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
But I'm attached to a shoulder, so I'm good.
You pass.
Excellent. Yeah.
So go ahead,
I
walk
sort of
forward
pat
with.
Kano on the shoulder. Oh, shape up, wood chap.
As you walk
I've faced
forward,
entire armies before. This is nothing.
you feel a wave of conjuration, I believe is what it's called, magic in front of you.
Conjuration magic.
And you like hear a slight clearing of the throat. And in front of you, you hear a voice saying, "Welcome. What brings you to the manor?"
This is a hut, not a manor.
Hush. You can't see where this voice is coming from, by the way, but you can like feel something standing in front of you.
What manner of hut is this anyway?
I have you know, you live in a hut, not a manor.
Isn't he
I
supposed to
don't
be
live
frozen
here.
in fear?
You can still talk. If you want to try moving forward, you can like try and fight the fear. I'm not going to say you have to make another wisdom saving throw. You're just really terrified of this place.
I'm moving forward because
Alright.
safety in numbers, but I'm moving forward.
I don't live here. The mistress lives here. Have you come to see her?
Yes. At least I
You
have. I don't
haven't-
know about these. I don't know about these three.
I've come to get rid of this curse so I can get these people off my back.
Do you have an appointment?
I am the appointment.
Yes.
I make my own appointments.
Well, let me see. You hear just like the flipping of pages just kind of echo around you. I don't see "I am the appointment" written down here. I'm afraid you won't be able to see her today.
What
How
about
how do we make an appointment?
Good
It's-
question, my tiny
It's
friend.
pertinent.
Alright, I'm gonna give you a pass because I like that the Cobalt used that word. Well, to make an appointment, of course, you just must ask to see her.
Oh,
lunch
But you
is
must ask
snack.
by name. And if you don't
Got it.
know her name, then I'm afraid you cannot see her.
Then what is her name?
Oh, I can't tell you.
Oh.
But could you tell me, perhaps?
Well, sir, you don't seem to be affected by the fear of this place. But I am afraid I still cannot tell you, as she doesn't wish me to speak her name, so I shall not.
Could you write it down?
Who
I
can?
could, but you wouldn't be able to see it, unfortunately. I am invisible, and anything I touch is invisible.
What if
Could
you
you
were
write
to
it in the
tap
ground, and then we would have, the invisibleness, but it would show up in the ground through absence.
Who's holding the locket right now?
I am.
You're holding up the locket then?
Yes.
Oh. I'll let 2 of you through. But only 2.
What two will this be, gentlemen?
Eh.
You and I are going. The rest can stay behind.
I suppose.
Oh.
But you go first, though. For after all, you got here first.
You're gonna have to pry me off. I'm frozen in place in fear.
He nudges him off.
I'm just gonna kind of catch Yip Yap.
Well, if that's decided, then follow me. He starts walking away, and you can see footprints being pressed into the dirt ground. As this invisible servant walks to the hut.
Oh, this is the
Balgroth looks down. Invisible. My hide.
So yes, you get to the hut perfectly. You still get that feeling of dread, but you're fighting it well enough. And the door opens for you, and the servant says, "Oh, please be kind to her, though. She's had a very rough day." And you feel like a whoosh of air, and the presence is gone, and there's just a door open into darkness. Like, it looks, the hut is a lot bigger on the inside.
Hello, darkness.
It's TARDIS technology.
Hello? Is anyone home? Should have learned the light
Come
touch.
in. Don't leave the door open. There's a draft.
Oh, yes. And I
Balgroth
quickly.
turns and slams the door shut.
Yes.
Oh, well, please don't do that either.
Be gentle.
I don't do gentle.
Clearly.
The gentle was knocked out of me years ago.
And peering from behind him, I say, have you have any lights in here?
Oh, I don't do well with lights. But I suppose I could light a candle if you could find me one. I'm quite busy at the moment. I have to read this book.
What book?
Oh, well, you'd be able to see it if you could find a candle.
I pull out a torch from my explorer pack.
All right. Go ahead and light it, my friend.
And I light a torch and have it. And since I'm tall, I light it up. I lift it up long enough so it shines across the tent.
Okay. So what you see is it is a big house. It does look like a manor now that you can see it with a little bit of light. There's rooms going off in different directions that get darker as like the light doesn't touch it. But sitting directly in front of you at a desk of redwood with a like little velvet tablecloth on it is a hunched over figure completely enveloped in a black cloak. You cannot see any of their features. You can barely see their hands as they turn the pages of these books. And they look up at you, and even with the torchlight, there is some magical darkness concealing their face within the shadow of the cloak. Ah, yes, thank you. I can read much better now. Now let me get a look at you two. Yes, a human and a half-orc, and they're like writing this down as they say it. Yes, I see. I am quite surprised the 2 of you were able to get past my fear spell. It's very impressive.
Well, yes. But here we are.
Are you the one causing all of the trouble in the next town?
Oh, the trouble. And they stand up and they start pacing around. I promise I am trying to find a solution. I am trying. Oh, but They seem to combat me every single day. No matter what I try, they just bring more curses, and no matter how many times I try to remove the curse, more curses show up. I am trying my best, sincerely, but I am only one person.
Who is they?
Ah, my assailant, I guess you could call them. My double, my what's the word? What's the word? And they're like tapping their foot as they try to think.
Doppelganger, arch enemy,
Sister.
Arch enemy is too harsh. Enemy isn't quite right either.
nuisance,
Yes, my nuisance.
and who might that be?
Oh, you wouldn't know them.
I didn't know. I didn't ask if I might know them. I asked so I might defeat them.
They like do a hand motion, like a flourish, but you can't see their hands, so you just see the like sleeve of their robe kind of twirl around. And the locket that Dale is holding is lifted up into the air by a kind of transparent hand and held up with the picture swinging. Her, my dear Para, my awful Para. Where'd you find this locket?
In the belly of a beast.
Ah. She'll be back. She always comes back. But thank you for returning it to me. I don't really have much to give in return, I'm afraid. And I am trying to solve these curses, but Para is the source of the curse, and without being able to find Para, well, I can't really solve the matter of the curses. And I do much apologize, and you can tell Woofle, poor Woofle, that I am sincerely sorry. I haven't been able to find a solution these past couple of years.
Years.
And this Para is the one with the curse?
Oh, Para is responsible for all. And I try to fix her mistakes every time.
And you don't know where she is?
Oh no, we can never find each other, unfortunately. That is the awful rule of this little game she has made for us. I have to solve her problems, but I am never able to track her down, and she, of course, can never find me, so she can't stop me from solving her problems.
Have you considered the possibility that you have a split personality and are quite mad?
Do I look like this? And they hold the sleeve up to the locket.
I mean, does she look different?
You can't see her.
Take off the hood and we'll see.
Oh, well, I can't do that. Even if my fear spell didn't work, the moment you see my face, you'll be strucken with fear and grief and dread. You'll pass right out.
I've had enough fear, grief, and dread to last 10 lifetimes.
Ah, yes, the curse of the town. Right. Oh, well, I suppose. Well, on a condition. You seem very wanting to help with this curse. Is that correct? Am I correct to assume?
I want this done so I can complete my mission. So, yes.
Ah, well, a mission is a mission, and I can give you missions. I can give you a mission. What's the word? Quest. Quest. If you help me find Para, I will help you in return with various things that you may need throughout your adventures. This town will just be the beginning, you know. Para is responsible for all the evil that's come across these lands as of late. I can only work so fast, though. Having some helpers would be very beneficial. And I can, of course, pay you, reward you, give you what you need.
I look at the wizard, not really caring about his position, not really caring about his opinion. I say,
Well,
fine.
Ah, thank you, my dear orc. Half orc, sorry. And what about you, my dear human?
I suppose.
And the opinions of your friends out there, shall I bring them in? They hold up the sleeve again.
May as well.
Good show. You hear a snap, and suddenly the other two are inside.
Are they still afraid?
How did I get here?
No, they're not afraid anymore, but I'm sure they are shocked.
How did I get here?
Magic.
Oh, you're quite interesting to look at.
Don't.
I'm sorry if I've startled you.
Just. I can tell where you were going with that statement. Don't finish it.
Ah, of course. I apologize.
Thank you. It's a very, very sensitive topic. I
Ah.
hope you understand.
No, trust me. I know what it's like to be judged for your looks. Why do you think I wear this cloak of darkness?
Know what? Are they growing? Can you tell through the hat that they're growing? Are they growing?
Oh, you need not worry about those, my friend.
Because that's very worrying, because that means the magic's worn off.
Oh, if it's magic that you need, I have plenty.
No. I just need to know, are they growing? I can redo the magic myself.
Quite a little bit, but not noticeable.
Okay, that's just what I needed to know. Thank you.
Balgroth groans in annoyance. Are we done with this?
Well, I must ask them. Are you willing to help out with your friends and help solve the evil of Para throughout this land? Oh, that sounds quite... That makes it seem like it's a lot more worse than it really is, though I do suppose Para is quite evil, but she's not malicious. I'm sure you know.
I was sent here to kill a magic user.
Oh.
In retribution. I'm.
Oh, I hope it's
if it's someone.
I hope it's not me. I've been trying to help. It might be Para. She has quite the bounty on her head.
Has this Para person visited the East at all at some point?
Oh, she's been everywhere. She's everywhere all the time.
Oh, dear Lord. Is she over 300 years old?
Oh. Yes.
Is she under 2,000 years old?
Perhaps. I'm not sure.
Oh, jeez, it's a perhaps.
Well, I can't have all the answers, you know. I've only known her for 2 centuries. Maybe.
More sake for me.
Yeah. And I'm gonna wait till Steven gets back to ask a little kobold buddy. But in any case, well, with you three, I suppose I shall. If you wish to help with this town, I can maybe reverse some things, but it will take time, and within that time, you might have to appease the townsfolk for a while. I do apologize for the inconvenience, but, you know, adventures are never convenient.
Yeah, they're more annoyances than quests, if you ask me.
I quite agree with you, my friend. Little kobold, you seem less afraid now. Would you like to help your friends in maybe capturing my friend?
Yeah.
Oh, that was very easy.
He doesn't seem to know fear.
Oh, well, he was affected.
Or common sense.
Kobolds are such interesting creatures. I quite like them. So simple.
You're flattering me.
They kind of like pet the top of Yip Yap's head.
Yip Yap purrs in a weird lizardy way.
Aw.
Can lizards purr?
They can. This one can.
Can Dragonborn purr?
I've heard a dragonborn purr before.
This is an interesting new revelation for me.
In any case,
you can hear Athanasius in another world feels a disturbance in the force.
If you four would be so kind as to maybe keep an eye on the town, if you solve enough problems, maybe Para will show her face again, and I can finally track her down once and for all.
So you mean be the good guys?
Basically, yes.
Well, I've been living that my whole life.
Well, then it shouldn't be too hard for you, then. Oh, one more thing.
As long as the gods don't tell me to destroy the town.
What?
So you agree?
Nothing.
No, nothing. Perfectly fine.
Do you agree? And like I said, I can give you all anything you need. Money, food, perhaps even shelter. As long as you just do the things I ask. And of course, you can back out anytime. I don't try to hold
Well-
anyone to anything, unlike Para.
Well, I would have to decline the home because, you see, I just paid 2 gold to stay in an inn.
Ah, the inn. I love that Tabaxi. He's always so funny. But yes, I'm sure if I.
He tried to charge me 10 gold for a glass of water.
Yes, he had a very confusing curse today. He really is a very nice man, and I'm sure tomorrow you will see his true colors. But unfortunately, he had a small curse of greed this morning, and you know how that can be.
No, I don't know
Curse.
how that can be.
Greed is not a curse. 'Tis a mere trait of man.
Oh, but
He was a
You
tabaxi.
you are all sunshine and rainbows, aren't you?
My
Why is it
family
such a-
and my wife is dead. What do you think?
Wait, greed is bad?
I thought it was filled with gumdrops
Aw.
and ice cream.
so I
There's
can
no
also,
reason for you to be a
I thought
depressing
you were
ball, whatever.
since you have a room at the inn, I'm sure I can convince my lovely Tabaxi friend to give you all a room as well. And I can give you this. And they like do a little flourish with their hands, and within the cloth of the robe is a small stone with a like it's a ruin kind of carved into it of a circle within a circle within a circle, you know, like one of those things, like a sonar kind of effect.
Bulls.
And they hold it out and they say, one of you just needs to hold this and you will return to the village. No matter where it is, no matter where you are, you will return to the village and subsequently return to me. So here.
Understood.
I will mage hand that sucker.
All right, go ahead. Take it.
May I please get your name, at least?
Ah, names. I love names. Can I have yours first, all 4 of you, please? And they sit back down, ready to write.
Isaiah Jaeger, Magus Extraordinaire, at your service.
Ah, yes, I love when they give themselves a title. So extraordinary, so extravagant. I love it.
Kano Yadai.
That's a quite odd
Do I
name.
have to make a deception check on that?
On
Ooh, that's
the
not
name? Probably. Yeah, go ahead.
I cast Insight. No.
She can tell, but she's not gonna say anything.
Okay. By the way, anyone who has like a passive perception of above an 8 can tell I'm lying.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is an interesting name, Kano, and I quite like it.
Well, it's the name my mother gave me.
Ah, familial ties, even better. You, my small friend.
Yep. No tail.
Oh, it's quite a sad last name.
Yeah. I don't have a tail. No more.
I can see that, unfortunately. Perhaps I can get someone to build you a tail. Would you like that?
I'm fine with it. I'm used to it.
That's fair enough. We all have to get used to the things that happen within our lives, or else we would never move forward. And you, my taller friend.
Balgroth the Dark, Blade of Vengeance.
Once again, very nice title. Love to see it.
Add that to my alternating caps and lowercase list.
And so after they say that, they're going to put their quill down and close the book and stand up. And they're going to say, my name is Noid, and it is very nice to work with you all. And they take the hood off, and you see what looks to be a broken porcelain doll. There is a large mouth stretching from the corner of their left side to their right ear. They do not have hair. One of their eyes is purely black. There is another eye on their left cheek, and they are smiling at you. And that is when the session is going to end.
Magic missile!
Kill it!
God with a fire! Great. We've accepted a quest from a doll lady
How
who
is
probably
this
wants to
not
kill
the
us.
bad guy?
I'm the bad guy.
And there we are. The end of the session.
You all the time.
That was cool.
Alright.
I'll make
I wanna-
sure to try and upload this on my YouTube.
Did
later.
I hear another curse,
Bye.
Black Doctor? Does
I